My question to you for this pod blast: are you a victim or a volunteer?
How do you play the game? I'm your host, Eric Brown, and with me, Mr. Mike Jones in the house.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, man. Absolutely loving life, man. How you been?
I'm great, and I got to ask you that question. Are you a victim or are you a volunteer?
I think there's a whole lot of victims out there that they think they're victims anyways. However, I think you'll prove that they're volunteers.
Well, it does not matter to me who you are. In my 30 plus years of doing this work, I have observed in every person that I have had an opportunity to do some work with that they fit in one of three categories. Because there are three types of people on this planet, in my estimation. There are those who make things happen. Then there are those who watch things happen. And then there are those who wonder what the hell just happened. I am going to submit that by the time we're done with this pod blast, you will know which one of those people you are.
So when the game is going on and you've got those three types of people in the game, isn't it helpful to have someone observe and audit or critique?
Well, it's interesting that you should say that the three people are in the game because, Mr. Brown, that is not the truth. The person who is making things happen, that is the individual that is in the game. An awareness that I want you to be in at the beginning of this pod blast is that the only way for you to affect the score on the scoreboard is by being in the game. When a circumstance occurs to the person that is making things happen, when something negative occurs along their journey while they are in the game, they are committed to continually change their approach until they get to the results that they're focused on. The person that is in the game, they are constantly bobbing and weaving and doing whatever it takes to continue to move forward, and they remain positive. The person that is making it happen is unfazed by circumstances. In fact, they know that when a circumstance occurs, it allows them an opportunity to transform the negative into a positive reality for themselves as they make things happen.
Yeah, so I feel though that there would be a break in the action or something. It would be helpful for someone to point out what went wrong so you know what not to do.
Well, Mr. Brown, that is a misnomer that a lot of people in leadership roles believe to be true. I absolutely do not believe that it is necessary for us to figure out what went wrong in order for us to move forward. Quite often, the only reason that we are looking for what went wrong is so we will know who to blame. In some situations in larger corporations, that is how they CYA, cover your ass, is by identifying who did what that created the break in action. However, what we are talking about here today has very little to do with that. Our focus is on the three types of people. Now, the second type of person that we wanted to discuss is the individual who is watching things happen. Now, this is the individual that's standing on the sidelines, y'all. They are giving commentary to everybody that's in the game about how they can do whatever they're doing better. They are the individual that is sitting on the sidelines and criticizing people when they get things wrong rather than being in the game. The person who is watching things happen cannot affect the score on the scoreboard. They are sitting on the sidelines and they cannot create anything that is going to create points on that scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess in my corporate world, they call that coaching when the person's giving the commentary to the person. Maybe it's a salesperson that's doing something, and then they're giving commentary on that one to make them stronger for the next one. But you don't see it that way. You see it that that person should be actually doing the sale.
Yeah, I think that the person that you are referring to, Mr. Brown, if they were in the game also, they don't have to tell people how to get better. They can show people how to get better. Because the only way to truly affect that score on the scoreboard is by being in the game. The third type of person that we wanted to refer to here is a person who is wondering what the hell just happened. Now, that person is also standing on the sidelines observing the game. Generally, that is the person that is playing the role of a victim. What we were saying to you at the beginning of this podcast, there truly are no victims in the context of this conversation. There are only volunteers. So if you are making the choice to sit on the sidelines and wonder what the hell just happened, generally you're wondering what the hell just happened to you as you play the role of a victim. That person cannot affect the score on the scoreboard. So I am saying to you that I encourage you to be an individual who make things happen, that you are making things happen because of you. When you are in the game making things happen, you truly can replicate that success by staying in the game and continually moving forward in the midst of every opportunity. I said opportunity, not circumstance, not problem, because every time one of those things show up, the person that is making things happen because of them, they are truly the individuals that are in the game.
So, Mike, what would you say to the naysayers out there, though, that would say that the person in the game may fail? They may fall flat on their butt.
I would say, yay, good for them. Because in order to get in the game, be in the game, and be successful, failure must be an option. When you are truly in the game, it means that you are willing to take the risk to be successful. When you are watching things happen or you wonder what the hell just happened, that means that those individuals are quite often risk averse. They are not going to risk getting in the game for fear that they may fail. They are not going to risk getting in the game for fear that they may fall flat on their butt. They are not going to risk getting in the game because they're afraid they may get hurt. So I'm encouraging you to be a make it happen kind of person. Get in the game, recognizing that winners lose more often than losers lose. You will fail. You will fall down a couple of times. So what, baby? When you are in the game and you're putting some positive points on the board, that's a part of the process.
All right, so get in the game and put positive points on the scoreboard, not butt prints sitting on the sideline.
Because if you are not out on that edge, baby, you are taking up far too much room.
Here we go now.